Good morning, everyone. Today's lesson is a culmination of things that I've learned over the last few months. Within the Buddhist tradition, there is something called the Bodhisattva vow. A Bodhisattva is an individual who, for the sake of others, delays enlightenment and entrance into paradise. The vow is very interesting. However innumerable the sentient beings are, I vow to save them all. Quite an ambitious endeavor, and considering the current population of the planet, 8 billion people are a lot of people to try and save. However inexhaustible the passions, I vow to extinguish them all. And I believe in this case, they're referring to emotions. However inexhaustible the feelings I have or for or against other individuals or events, I vow to extinguish them all. How immeasurable the truth, I vow to master them all. However incomparable the truths of Buddha, I vow to attain it. See, for them, life is their purpose. They got it figured out. They're not here for themselves, but they're here for others. Living life for the moment, not in the moment. It's a very interesting perspective, and what makes Bodhisattva a very interesting concept is the notion of bodhicitta, which is the extension of that heart of a bodhisattva towards those around you. And I'm going to use this as a perfect example. This week at work, I had a unique opportunity to interact with the spouse of a veteran who is going through some very aggressive surgery, chemo, radiation, and ultimately surgery to remove a mass from his throat, neck, and jaw. I won't dwell on that, but the heart of the matter here is that the wife asked me, straight pan, dead face, why would you do this for me? Why would I make it easier for her to navigate the VA health system to provide care for my husband? You don't know me. We've never met before this moment. Why are you this way? And I have to say, she caught me off guard. But it's an example of what Bodhisattva is and what bodhicitta is. I didn't have to know who she was. I didn't have to know their unique circumstances or their view on life. All I had to do was extend to them that compassion, unconditionally, without restraint. Within the Roman Catholic tradition, that is called the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So perhaps that would explain why, for myself, on my own personal level, I find the Sacred Heart of Jesus to be a very personal, emblematic symbol of my own life as I try to navigate my way through this world. One moment, there's a cat, there we go. And on the opposite end of that, being a bodhisattva or expressing the Sacred Heart of Jesus, I had a veteran on Friday who, with the help of his daughter, were struggling to come in the door. Well, she leaned him up against the wall in a not so safe position, and his legs began to shake. Now, this gentleman was well into his 90s, and for the sake of discussion, he had no business walking in that door. So me and one other gentleman who are equally as strong took 5 very long steps to get to them with a wheelchair in hand, and we scooped them up. The look of thanks on his face was offset by the look of disgust by the daughter. She was not exercising bodhisattva, nor was she extending bodhicitta to her own family member. She was actually indignant that I would assume to step in before he fell, because in her words, she wants to keep him walking so he doesn't lose the ability to stand, keep him exercising. And therein lies the contradiction. The beginning of the week, I started with an all too natural extension of bodhisattva. To the end of the day, I found somebody who was indignant to it. Now here's the greater plot point. I can't let that stop me. I can't let that bother me. I can't let that get in the way of me continuing to extend that Sacred Heart of Jesus to those around me and to myself. And there is the real lesson and the real driving force behind why all these videos. I am merely capturing my struggle with extending to myself bodhicitta and the Sacred Heart of Jesus. In the process of caring for others, I too must care for myself. And that's the hardest thing to do. It is actually rather easy to be compassionate towards others. It's being compassionate towards ourselves that's the most difficult lesson. And therein lies the MacGyver, making it work for you, making it work for others. Life is purpose. You don't have to do anything specific except extend a kitty cat's meow. So in the end, folks, thank you for listening to my wild and crazy rant today. Hopefully you found something of value in it. And, hang on. Oh, there she is. I'll see you in the next lesson.